give it one more chance. Where are you,
What is up, you beautiful people? Hope everyone had an excellent New Year's Eve, kept it safe, kept it, kind of halfway there. We're back to work. Love it. So, with being back to work, I need a minute. I gotta think of a plan. Just hold on. Alright. The plan has been contrived. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit everything one more time with my little itty bitty wire wheel on my beat up old drill. This thing got run over by a Civic. Mint. And we're gonna run through all the seams one more time, clean everything up. Like, still got a little bit of paint in there, get as much out as we can. And then we're gonna go through everything with a body hammer and a dolly and just see if we can just straighten up some of this stuff. I mean, like this. This is not too bad, but it's a little wavy. We're gonna see if we can clean some of this stuff up. This side's pretty worse. Excuse me, drill. You guys are taking my word for it. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into all the little nooks, all the little crannies, all the little places you could hide your granny, and clean them up, and then hammer them together so they're nice and tight, and then maybe we'll even get to weld today, who knows. That should be good for the wire wheeling for now. I'm sure once I start going through and making my marks of where I'm gonna weld and where to fill and stuff like that, I'll run across a couple more places. But yeah, I think that's good for now. So I'm gonna grab a hammer and a dolly and see if I can massage these gaps a little bit and kind of get them closed in and tight. I'd like to weld today at some point. Cha! Alright, let's get this working. Black to weld, blue to grind down. Coffee to drink.
What we do here is go back.
Well, this pretty much looks like an episode of Dexter exploded in here. We got stitches and marks on the body. And okay, so pretty much blue is for holes to be filled or just light indents. So I got a couple blue marks pretty much everywhere we drilled out a spot weld. I could just tack it, grind it off. Black was to weld, so we like, and I did on here, weld an inch, leave 2 inches, weld an inch, leave 2 inches, weld an inch, 2 inches. You got it. And then just give them an X in the 2 inches so that I know that's kind of like a no-go zone. Up at the front, starting from about here, then an inch, leave an inch, leave an inch, and so on and so forth, pretty much into the corner. And then here was back to inch and 2 inches. So I have a couple panels to make to get this one. There's a panel on the inside that I like put in there, but that's kind of ugly, so we'll figure out how to fix that. I have to make patch panels to go over these ugly holes that we discussed previously on both sides. They're nasty, and I got to mark up the other side yet. So I'm gonna let you guys have a short little siesta, and I'm gonna get to marking. And yeah, boy. Well, why am I always so intense? I don't know. We mirrored the other side, so now they both look like, they both look like they're ready for surgery. So that's mint. And I think we're gonna weld tomorrow. So that'll look good. They'll match each other once they're welded up, and yeah, symmetrical. Boy likes symmetrical. So we're ready to start welding, except for the fact that I need a fire extinguisher, a fresh one, because there's too much old paint and just debris and stuff that could catch on fire, and I don't want to burn my garage down just because, for no reason at all. So I will probably run and grab a new extinguisher, and yeah, I might do that tomorrow and then get to welding, and then I have a full day to weld and grind off and see where we get tomorrow. But I think, what time is it? 4? Yeah, it's just about supper time. I'm gonna shut her down for the day, and I'll get back at it tomorrow. So, all right. I messed up a little bit. I was supposed to mark some stuff in relation to the intake of the turbo, and I didn't, and now the engine's out, and so, frick. I'm going to stab it back in real quick, and yeah, mark that out, and then pull it back out, and then I think we're finally good to weld. I've been set up for it, so yeah, let's do this already. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, now that the motor's back in, but my intake for the turbo sits, well, you can't really see, but at least like a quarter of it kind of sits below the frame, and it'll be more than a quarter, it'll probably actually be like a half. So, and I have, 2.5 fingers in there, but I would like to put a filter on it, not just, like a foam or a screen or anything like that, but actually like a filter that comes out of the bay and comes a little bit higher up so I can drive the thing. So I think I'm going to mark it around here, and then just cut a chunk out of here and just like kind of swale it up and fill it in, so then I can just run like a really sharp 90 or whatever off there, and then bring it up here front of the car.
Yeah.
Well, gross. I got one side done. One side is stitched up, and it's not even totally done, I wouldn't say, because I have to go back through it and fill little pinholes. This stuff is so ancient. It's just like, it's paper thin, literally, and half the side has rust on it, and the other half has paint ingrained in it and oil, and it's turned out to be more of a pain than it's worth. But whatever, I can't do half the bay and then be like, that's good enough, let's just leave it. So I'm gonna finish it, then I'm gonna grind it down, and maybe I'll show you guys after I've ground it down. Actually, I might even put paint over top before I show you guys. It is that bad. Okay. Outside, outside, outside. Where's my brush? Well, this is turning out actually not bad. It's pretty much exactly what I expected. It's too dirty in between the seams to use the MIG, so I had to stick with the flux core, which I don't mind a flux core, it's just messy, but it does the job, so I'm not gonna bash it. But yeah, the process was, I tried on the passenger side, you know, lay a full bead, and it's only like an inch long, so I mean, it's not even that much. I got the welder turned right down, but just the metal is so paper thin, and you know, it's layers, so it's got like junk in between and like a little bit of residual, you know, whatever from the years. So I couldn't end up laying full beads because I would get like, you know, half up and then it would just blow through, and then all of a sudden you're filling in this hole and it's just taking forever. So ended up, I just spot welds through like that whole inch, and then, you know, you gotta like just give her a second, let her cool for a second, and then just keep working it in like that. And that seemed to work best. Yeah, that definitely did what I wanted it to do. What else? I think that's it for today. This one's gonna be a little bit long anyway, and before I do any more, I'd really like to clean up and air it out in here. It's a little fumy. I had the door open the whole time, but it's still a little bit gross. So I think I'm gonna end her here and be in here tomorrow again, and we'll get some stuff done and all that jazz. But anyway, that's stealing my eyelashes. Gross. Okay, peace.